This is a full playthrough of the Scavenger mod for Into the Radius by Sahedris. The Scavenger mod for Into the Radius changes the progression system in relation to looting, so that every item can now be found inside the radius. Aside from that, I'm playing with the shop enabled because I suck at the game. I'm also using a weight rebalance mod, which is why you might see stuff like this throughout the video. The game is set to realistic difficulty, which features stuff like random anomaly spawns, not being able to heal from sleeping, and missions where you risk your life taking photos of dangerous fauna and special forces soldiers for $220.
Come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
I don't have footage for this part because the file got corrupted, but both missions can be completed within the first 10 minutes of the game, and I wasn't about to restart the run to do them. Corrupted files aside, I did some missions at night, which set me up for looting Permavay route had given me a fairly respectable loadout of the Russian sniper pistol and the full-length double barrel, so suffice to say I was ready to jump right into Blocky village. On the way I found a PPSH shorty, which helped immensely in clearing the village.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Issuing forceful evictions to the village inhabitants had not quenched my thirst for loot, so I headed towards construction site. By the time I was finished, it was night, so I headed back to Vano. On top of securing the bag, I also managed to get some gear such as the IHZ-81 and that one pistol from Rainbow Six. Since I hadn't found one yet, I also bought a gas mask and some buckshot to take on Flash in the dark. Luckily, Blocky was about as active as a tourist village during winter, so finishing the mission was a piece of cake. Getting to security level 3 would require the completion of a probing move, which is one of the easiest missions in the game. You can literally just run straight into the motor pool, grab the cassette player and dip. On this run, I got particularly lucky and had armor spawn in the building. Upon completion of the mission, it was time to get ready for the intrusion. But first, I needed some upgrades, and decided it was time to loot factory. The plan was simple. I would be looting the quarry, so I would approach from Blocky village. From there, I would head down to the shotgun stash, grab the goodies, and make my way to the middle pathway, hitting the crates and avoiding as much enemy contact as possible before reaching the sniper tower overlooking the anomaly field, where I would grab anything in the AUG stash before hitting the Kolkhoz border checkpoint and doubling back to Blocky village. The plan was going smoothly. I got some new weapons and even managed to snag an AUG in the crate, so I wouldn't have to repair the one that literally looked like it had an outbreak of smallpox. However, I ended up dying here. The night had rolled in at this point, and I didn't want to sleep through it because I would most likely get caught in the tide reset. So I grabbed a knife, some food, and bought a new gas mask because I was taking zero fucking chances with this gas. I headed back to where my stuff was, and the trek was made all the more tense when the game suddenly decided to become Metal Gear VR instead. Yeah, eventually I was spotted and just legged to my stuff. By the time I gathered it all, it was now day, so I headed off to the Kolkhoz border, and this happened.
Ho ho ho! Oh my fucking god, bro, we're set! We're set! Holy shit.
Finding the one-tap machine in Podia Factory at security level 3 was a godsend, as it would make the intrusion an absolute breeze. I headed back to base to repair, and soon enough it was time to return to Podia Factory. My loadout was powerful but scarce, since I only had 2 M14 mags loaded with CHP, and 3 OC33 mags loaded with P+.
The strat here was simple. Once in the factory, I would absolutely leg it towards the bomb location and grab the bomb in case I got swarmed by enemies, before doubling back to the main factory building to finish the mission. However, while the plan was in progress, I got chased by a seeker, which prompted the start of the mission. I grabbed the goodies in the office and headed back to Vano to claim my gamer box. Security level 4 was nice and all, but I would need more gear if I was going to take on Kolkoz's Zarya. I assembled a basic loadout and headed to Blocky to complete some missions. Whilst doing a sample courier mission, I came across the samples being guarded by 4 armoured fragments, and not 1, not 2, but 3 fucking sliders. When day broke, I headed into Podia Factory one more time, and the loot was banging to say the least. I managed to scavenge an M9 with every attachment mount and an AK-74. I also found a grenade launcher and an L-can, so the game was just begging me to commit to the AK build. At base, I took inventory, and despite my decent finds, we were still missing critical supplies needed for Kolkoz's Zarya. It was clear I would need this gear now, so I splashed my hard-earned V-Bucks on a big box of AP ammo, a suppressor, 3 AK mags, a pistol laser, and a headlamp. I grabbed all the food in the shopping list and headed out in search of
I'm death, straight up.
Kolkoz's Zarya. Collective Farm Zarya is everyone's favourite form of fuck you, filled with armoured enemies and an invincible BTR that starts shooting you the moment a trickle of its flashlight spots you. For this reason I stayed in the edge of the map, picking off enemies and looting the flooded section of the village where I got very little trouble. The village itself was a different story, as the danger came not from the enemies inside the village, but from the enemies outside the village, as they would spot and run in on me. There was also the case of the BTR that would pass by every 2 minutes, and to top it all off, the spawner was on the other side of the village, so suffice to say I was in for quite the firefight. After the immediate danger was out of the way, I began looting to find the one energy drink I was missing for the mission, but stumbled upon something much better instead. The suppressed one-tap machine was now mine, and to top off the stroke of good luck, I found the last energy drink and finished the mission. Now all that was left to do was circle the map and take the tendies home. Things were going well. Quite well indeed. A little too well, one could say. Clearly the RNG gods were not happy about the lack of pain and suffering I should have endured in Kolkoz, and so this happened.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me?
At this point I'd been playing into the radius for nearly 10 hours, so I made the sensible decision to call it a night and get my stuff the next evening. I also became Mr. Worldwide for a day by travelling to every zone in the radius. Once that was finished, I used any extra that I found to deck out the SVD and headed into complete Kids Playground. Most of the enemies had already been wiped from the map, and the SVD took care of any that lingered around in the train depot. Finishing Kids Playground gave me time to do more missions. However, when fighting the guards at the Kolkhoz border and factory, I was caught completely off guard by a slider. Again, I headed back to grab my stuff and finish the Marauder mission I originally came to do before it was finally time for... Since Ouroboros is the last mission in the game, it goes without saying there will be heavy spoilers for both the zone, Pechorsk Castle, and the ending, so if you don't want to be spoiled, now would be a good time to click away. To prepare for Castle, I packed an M9, the SVD, way too many stims, and some slugs before sleeping through the tide. On the way to Castle, I hit the Saigon mag stash and arrived at Eclipse Land. Castle is split across 3 sections: this long corridor section, the battlements, and the courtyard leading to the top of the tower. Aside from the entrance, the corridor has almost no enemies, so I was able to get the Saiga uncontested. The real challenge began when I got to the battlements because I forgot to bring a gas mask, resulting in me legging it through the gas as fast as I could. I also faced a very close call with a slider due to running out of ammo. Twice. The courtyard in the tower is really dangerous and is where many of my previous Iron Man runs have ended, so I'd like to take it slow by picking off as many enemies as I can before running up to the battlements to finish off any stragglers. With the courtyard clear, it was time to claim the Grail.
You impressed us, Explorer number 61.
We do not care.
And just like that, we had finished the game. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I wish you luck in finding a box of AP ammo out in the wild. Until next time.